site inspection at the Rahima Moosa Mother and Child Hospital in Coronationville. This following reports that 9 infants died due to a gastrointestinal infection. For more now, we cross to our reporter Hasina Gori in Johannesburg. Good afternoon to you, Hasina. Do you have the latest perhaps from the Human Rights Commission?
Good afternoon, and yes, as you said, there's yet another deadly outbreak, including infants, this time at Rahima Moosa Hospital in Coronationville in Johannesburg on the West Rand. This time it's a gastrointestinal outbreak that we've seen. It's not bacterial like we saw happening at the Telemogerani Hospital in Vosloorus earlier this year. So 9 babies have died from an outbreak here that doctors are not sure what caused it and what exactly occurred here in this hospital. They know that they've seen 42 cases in the last year, and so far there's only 1 that is still admitted in the hospital. But to speak more about the site visit here and what exactly occurred in this hospital is the Human Rights Commission's Bwanga Jones. Good afternoon, and thank you for speaking to us. You just went into this hospital earlier today. You conducted a site visit. You visited the NIC unit where the babies, infants died. Can you tell us what exactly occurred here?
Yeah, what occurred here was an outbreak of NEC, a medical condition where the bowel dies, and it typically occurs in newborn or premature babies. So the visit today was to assess the state of the hospital, to ascertain the causes of the outbreak. Given that this was not the first fatalities in Gauteng, we decided to embark on this visit to get answers from the hospital management.
Did you get any answers from hospital management on what exactly caused the outbreak and what's happening right now to ensure that they don't have another case of this?
Yeah, the source of the outbreak has not been traced. They roped in the National Institute of Communicable Diseases to identify what were the underlying causes of the outbreak. And to date, they have not been able to make a determination. But they have introduced measures to minimize infections, to minimize any spread of contagious illnesses or diseases.
This is the second case of a deadly outbreak which affected neonatal babies in Gauteng just in the last 6 months. Is there an issue in our healthcare system in Gauteng? And is this just a bigger, picture around it?
Yes, the main issue is overcrowding. We paid a visit to Telemogerani Hospital in Vosloorus. The same thing was mentioned, that there are challenges pertaining to overcrowding, and similarly at this hospital there are challenges pertaining to overcrowding, shortage of staff, lack of equipment, and a high influx of patients or admissions of patients from neighboring towns and areas. So the hospital was commissioned in 1943. And since 1943 to date has not been expanded, and it can no longer accommodate a number of patients that are coming. According to the reports from the hospital CEO, they deliver 13,000 babies per annum, and on a monthly basis it's just over 1,000 babies, and on a weekly or daily basis 33 babies. So you can tell from those figures that the staff at this hospital is overburdened. The nurse-patient ratio is very skewed, and it's something that we hope the Department of Health in the province will attend to.
What measures are the Human Rights Commission now going to take? What is the next step to ensure that justice is brought for those babies that did die here in this hospital?
Yeah. This site visit is part of a broader initiative to assess the state of hospitals in Gauteng. And we have taken a decision to invite the leadership of the Department of Health to account. We've visited a number of hospitals in the province. Gauteng has approximately 35 hospitals. We've not been to every hospital, but we began to see similar trends, and we hope that we'll get answers from the leadership at the provincial level. But we will also find lasting and permanent solutions, because some of these challenges are attributable to budgetary constraints.
You said you've visited quite a number of hospitals here in the province. What is the state of health in Gauteng?
Well, to share with you, from the information we've gleaned from a number of investigations that we've conducted, it points to a number of things, to leadership deficiencies, poor governance, shortage of staff, cross underfunding and understaffing, and lack of proper maintenance of infrastructure. So we hope all these issues will be addressed during our meeting with the leadership of Gauteng. Of course, we are concerned that the head of department has not responded to our letters where we demanded an action plan as a result of the Telemkhorane outbreak. To date, we have not received a response. We've decided now to utilize our powers of subpoena to compel him to appear before the commission to account. So we hope that we will get the right answers, but we will also find innovative and permanent solutions.
Thank you so much. That was the Human Rights Commission's Bwang Jones speaking to us after their site visit here at Rahima Moosa Hospital in Coronationville in Johannesburg, where 9 babies have died in the last year from a deadly outbreak of a gastrointestinal disease.
Hasina Gori, appreciate your work there out in Coronationville with the Human Rights Commission.